Alright guys, let's have a chat about this extremely controversial topic right now. So I've been watching the Olympic skateboarding over the last few days and I'm super hyped that it's in the Olympics and that I get to watch it, and I'll get into the points more, but it's just good to see skateboarding broadcasted to a wider network, like all across the world. So not everyone agrees with the way I'm thinking about it, and before I start, this is my opinion. Like, I'm entitled to this opinion, you're entitled to disagree with it, but I just want to try and open people's minds and spread a bit more positivity about the whole controversy about this, because there's so many hateful comments and people that disagree with it and everything. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about today, but I'm super hyped to see it. Like, why wouldn't I want to see more skate comps and like skateboarding be broadcasted more eyes get on the sport. It's going to be weird saying a sport, but I'm going to call it a sport in this video for the sake of it being in the Olympics. It's an Olympic sport now, but yeah, more eyes are getting into the sport, more money's coming to it, and I think it's a massive positive thing for the whole skateboarding community. But there's probably like 65 to 70% of people that don't agree with that, and they think it shouldn't be in the Olympics. So I'm going to give my perspectives on it. Hopefully you guys can comment down below and leave your perspective, see if you agree with me or if you don't, what your views are on the Olympics, and trying to start a civil discussion about this, because I see some people making videos about it and people are just going nasty in the comments. So let's try and keep it respectful here. So the reason I think skateboarders do not agree with the Olympics having skateboarding in it is because skateboarding, as the skateboarding culture, like true culture of skateboarding, it was born in the streets. It's like a rough street vibe to it. Like a lot of skateboarders, like back in the day, just even say 20 years ago, skateboarders were viewed as like punks and outlaws and outcasts from society, and they're like criminals and vandalizing public property and stuff, and that's still true to this day. But people getting fined all the time, and people would cross the road if skateboarders coming down because they didn't know if they were going to get jumped or get bashed, or people steal, like skaters are going to steal their stuff, because there was just this bad aura around skateboarding. Like it was like a bad boy mentality. People looked at it as some exclusive like gang that you're in with you, like rolling down the street with a bunch of skateboarders. Today that's changed to people. Like I've seen people, we're skating street spots, people stop and they watch and they're so hyped and they're like high-fiving you, they're encouraging you to land the trick, and this is out in the streets too, not even at skate parks. So that whole mentality's changed just from public as well. But what I think the biggest problem is skateboarding started like that. It's rough, like where at the root of it, you're breaking and entering into places like schools and different buildings, you're vandalizing public property. Like that's the nature of skateboarding, that's street skateboarding. And for that to be now glorified and turned into an Olympic sport to be broadcasted around the world, I can see how people are not agreeing with it in that degree, because it's not like it's nothing like an Olympic sport. But it's a progressive sport now. It's growing. It's becoming like it's in the Olympics now. It's crazy to say that, but I've been watching it the last few days, and it's crazy just to see it in the Olympics. But it's growing a lot. And the vibes as a skateboarder over all of these years, like skateboarders are very territorial. They're like, yeah, we're skateboarders and you guys aren't skateboarders. Like it's weird, it's kind of contradiction. Like everyone was seeing skateboarders as like outcasts from normal society, but skateboarders own that as well. They're like, yeah, we're over here in our own little thing, like we're skateboarders, no one can join this, like we don't want to be involved in all that stuff too. So I think people are still taking that true core of skateboarding and keeping that in their heart and not accepting any growth and progressiveness in the skateboarding sport. So that's where I think all of this is coming from. So it is very corporate in the Olympic world, and there's like massive corporate sponsors, and it's being broadcasted, and they're called athletes now, and they've got their own nutritionists and gyms, and like they're training, they have coaches. So as true skateboarders, I can see, not true skateboarders, everyone's a true skateboarder in this picture, but as these core skateboarders that have these problems, I can see how they're like, oh, that's not skateboarding, that's whack, why are people doing that, they're kooks, like that's not real skateboarding. But skateboarding, and my biggest message in this video is skateboarding isn't like one unit, one certain thing. It's such a massive collective sport. So there's so many different styles and genres of skateboarding inside of that. So yeah, street skating's cool. Like look at Milton Martinez video parts, shredding the streets, bombing hills, smashing cars and windows. Like he's amazing to watch. It's so entertaining, and like he is in my mind when I think about true street skating. Like he's the first person that popped up. I didn't even plan to say his name, but then you look at like Olympic skateboarders, like the Nigers, Jagger, Eaton, Kelvin and all that. I'm just naming them because they were in the comp I just watched, but they're like very polished, like Shane O'Neill, very polished athlete skaters that are in the Olympic world or even X Games and Street League and all that. You'll never see Milton in one of those comps because there's like different factions of skateboarding but you can't compare them. That's the thing, that you can't compare them. Skateboarding is just so diverse and there's so much going on. There's women skateboarding in the Olympics. There's not, apart from the Olympics, there's like people like doing manuals, people like skating rails, people like cruising by themselves just for like mental health, just to get away and escape from their normal lives, or people love skating in a massive group with their homies. Like that's fun. There's so many different, there's like longboarding and everything. There's so many different styles of skateboarding that you can't just say no, skateboarding doesn't exist here, because it's like one massive collective group of skateboarders that have different styles, different backgrounds, different opinions, different views. Like it's too vast to say no, skateboarding doesn't belong here. So a lot of the negatives I see about the skateboarding being in the Olympics is I was reading a lot of comments on the Olympic pages, or Street League have been posting stuff, or just normal skate pages I follow, and so many people are like, no, this is so stupid. How can you guys call yourself skateboarders if you're supporting the Olympics skateboarding? Like, it's skateboarding. How can you not say we're skateboarders? Like, for me, I'm hyped to see any type of skateboarding. So when it comes to it being broadcasted on a bigger level and people are acting like this, I think it's coming back from that true root of skateboarding where they're like, no, skateboarding is for us, you guys can't have it. Like, if everyone wants to do it, it's not cool anymore. That's what I'm thinking where it's coming from. But it's massively positive to be in the Olympics right now. The main thing it's going to do is, like I said, it's going to broadcast it to the whole world. I've been watching it, and there's some guys and girls in the Olympic skating that I've never even heard of before. They're from countries I haven't even heard of before, and they shred. Like, you're getting to see more skaters from more parts of the whole world. So that's a positive. More people are seeing it. More people are going to get their kids skateboards now, and because they're seeing it in the Olympics instead of buying them scooters. Nothing against scooters, but it's just such a common thing. Like, people buy their kids scooters and bikes, but now they're going to look to buy their kids more skateboards because it's becoming more popular. More eyes are being on the sport. Another thing, more money is going to come into it as more people are seeing it. More people want to get into it. More people are paying to see it, paying for products. Sponsors can pay their riders more, so skateboarding professionals that you guys love to watch, not just the competing ones, they can actually make a proper living from skateboarding because more money is coming into the sport, so they don't have to have a second job. They can just be a true skateboarder and film more and get more clips for you guys to watch. More money in the skateboarding world also means, because of more eyes want to be on it, more people are going to be starting petitions and getting skate parks built in their communities, in their towns. People are going to be more accepting of building skate parks in like every little town. So more skate parks, more safe places to skate. Like, it's all a win-win for me. I feel like it's all like such a positive thing for skateboarding. Another thing being broadcasted all over the world and having more, like, they've already got, I'm probably going to miss some, but they've got like the Dew Tour, Street League, X Games, I don't really know any other massively, like Tampa, all of those true skateboarding competitions, but they're limited over the year how many you can watch. So now that the Olympics are in, obviously it's every 4 years, but there's more competitions coming to the sport, so you get to watch skateboarding more. Ever since Instagram took over the world and everyone's been posting their tricks to Instagram and making single video parts and posting that on Thrasher or whatever, there's no, like, the era, I could be wrong about this, but the era of making and filming street videos is like slowly dying, what I've seen anyway. Everyone's posting their tricks straight away to Instagram. People aren't making like full team length videos as much as they used to. Like, they're still out there, but a lot of people just film a part for themselves and then they just put that out. Like, it's not a personal, it's not a team effort, it's like a personal project. So that's good though. Like, I like seeing those parts, but having more competitions, you're getting to showcase skateboarding more, since the video part aspect of skateboarding isn't as much as what it used to be. Like, when I was growing up, there was video parts coming out all the time, like team videos. I grew up watching like the Dying to Live videos, the Circa, It's Time, like Blind What If, all those ones. Like, teams are always pumping out videos like that, full-length team videos. So yeah, there's more content from skateboarding coming out, so you get to watch your favorite pros skate, compete, try and do their best tricks. But then on the other side of that, I know people like, skateboarding is so subjective, and it is, that how can you judge one person's trick to another person's trick? But it's just like, I would say the most accurately judged skateboarding style competition ever is like a game of skate. There's a clear winner, there's a clear loser. You do the trick, You set it, the other person has to do the trick. If they don't land it, they get a letter. If they get all the letters, they're out. It's a very simple format. So I would love to see games of skate in the Olympics. Imagine if that was happening. That would be sick to watch. But it's judged very... It's all based off of your opinion. So it could be biased from the judges watching and thinking, all right, I like this person. They did a trick that looks nicer. Like in any other sport, like think about basketball, a 3-point shot is worth 3 points. If someone does it really nice and it looks perfect and effortless, they get the same 3 points that someone doing it sloppy and bouncing off the backboard gets. When it comes to skateboarding, someone can like kickflip back, lip down a rail and get a score. If someone does it way more steezier and cleaner, they get a higher score. Like it's very subjective to who's watching. So I understand how that plays into it and how you can't really judge skateboarding in that sense, but they're finding a format to do it. So it's a weird topic to talk about, but from what I know, how they compare tricks and how they judge these certain competitions is obviously by the difficulty level, the originality. Like if you're doing the same trick someone else is doing, you're not going to get scored any higher. The obstacles you're hitting, like are you hitting the same thing everyone's hitting, and like the use of the course, the technicality of your trick, and how good you do it. So there's a format there, but still it can be biased by people's favorite skaters. Like I would probably score, like think of, I just watched Shane O'Neill in there because he's Australian, obviously, got to support the homies, but he did a switch flip back lip down the rail for his best trick attempt. Now, I think Jagger Eaton can do that, but I'm sure Shane O'Neill would get scored higher because he would do it way nicer than Jagger Eaton doing it. But at the same time, everyone knows Shane does that very consistently, and it's not really that hard of a trick for him because it's like a go-to kind of trick. So in that sense, someone could score Jagger's one higher because he doesn't do it as often, and we've seen Shane do it all the time. So there's so many things that go into judging it, but at the end of the day, it's so subjective to who's watching and who's judging. So I do understand that argument when it comes to that. And at the base of skateboarding, like, we don't really judge or compare people to each other. A lot of people do, but I don't think we should, because everyone's got so many different styles, they've come from different backgrounds, they've skated different places. Like no one skateboarder is the same, so it's hard to judge one person against another one. So it does make sense why people disagree with the whole judging format and how people get judged by skateboarding, but it's a different aspect of it. Like I'm saying, it's not street skateboarding, it's like street comp skateboarding. So it's a street park that they've built to imitate the street skating. So it's just a different genre, a different field. And by the end of it, like if you don't like that kind of stuff, you don't really need to spread your hate and your hateful opinions about it. You can just not watch it. Like it's that simple. So that's why I don't understand why everyone's getting so like bummed out about it and so aggressive, and there's so many arguments going on about it like right now. So I'm just trying to spread a positive message, open people's minds, and just see like you could look at my opinion right now and be like, oh, shut up, whatever, you're full of shit, this is wrong. And that's fair, you can say that, but you also don't have to watch this video or don't have to comment something nasty like I see a lot of people doing. So it just depends on the person. So that's pretty much my 2 cents on the matter. Not that anyone asked, but if I am able to spread a more positive message and open a few people's minds about different sides of this argument, then I'm going to do that. So if I've missed anything, put it in the comments below, let me know. Let me know if you agree, let me know if you disagree, but once again, let's keep it civilized, guys. Alright, so if you do agree and you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like the video, and hit that subscribe button. If not, I would like to hear what you disagree with. And I'm going to respect your views as well, because everyone has their own opinion. So catch you guys in the next video. Peace.